Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be test riding and reviewing the 2020 Honda CB500F. Lovely little bike so far. Dealership's just down the road, so not ridden it very far yet. Let's go for a ride then. Alright, first impressions. Sitting position is very nice and low, feet flat on the floor, no issues there. Switch gear, exactly the same as the ones on my bike. Starter, hazard, kill switch, or pass light, horn, and your indicators. The dash is exactly the same as well. It's not the brightest thing, but it works most of the time. So, let's get going. Alright. No seagulls this time, that's good. Alright then, so first off, very light, very comfortable. The mirrors are a bit weird. They're exactly the same as the ones on my bike, but they're just on the bars, which is something I'm not used to, and it feels weird. having the mirrors this close to me. Come on, turn green. Thank you. I do not like that shifter. Okay, so that was something. The horn works, that's good. Levers feel very nice. The clutch engages fairly quickly. Doesn't have a whole lot of travel before it engages, which is a good or a bad thing depending on what you prefer. I'll go ahead and put the tech specs on the screen now. As you can see, this bike is fully A2 compliant, and it's just oh so easy to ride. And like I said, very light, which I'm enjoying a lot. Upright naked body position, something I'm not used to, but very comfortable. It likes going around the bends. You just lean it over slightly and it just drops. I'll tell you what, I'm getting used to the mirrors now, so they're not as odd. This riding position makes it very easy for me to look over both my shoulders. It's not putting any pressure. Oh, hello. It's not putting any pressure on my wrists, as you would expect. My knees aren't too bent. Oh yeah, so like it just falls over. I love it. My bike, you have to sort of force it slightly to go where you want it to, which, you know, isn't something that really bothers me, but this is something different altogether. You gonna turn? You gonna turn? No, you're not. Damn it. So, one of the biggest aspects of these naked bikes is the lack of fairings. That means a lot of wind blasts. We'll be getting on a quicker road in a minute and we'll see exactly how it behaves at, say, 70 miles per hour or so. But so far, the wind is really not an issue. It's not blasting my ears, it's not pushing me backwards. It's perfectly clean air so far. Right, let's see. So the bike I passed my test on was a CB500X. Not the current CB500X, but the previous model. I'm not sure if... I know that this engine is common to the CBR, the CB500X, and the CB500F. but I feel like this engine has a little bit more punch to it. I'm not sure if it's because it's on a naked bike or if it's because it's just a newer version of the engine. I don't really like the shifter, but I do like the gearbox. Very smooth. Let's just yeah, this engine's nice and punchy. I like it a lot. And it just glides around. It doesn't feel quite as stable as mine does in the corners. As in, you feel it move about slightly while they're going through the bend. It leans over just fine, it's just a little bit squirrely. Which, again, isn't something horrible, but it's something to consider. Oh no, it does not like that. 30 mile an hour in 6th gear, if you pin it, it will chug. It really did not like that. Oh, I feel like I could ride this thing for hours upon hours. It's really comfortable. Another thing I really like about this bike is the price, which is that. So not terribly expensive. And oh, it's just so much fun to ride. What's it like shifting without the clutch then? Oh yeah, nice and smooth. You can shift without the clutch very easily on this thing. Not really something I recommend doing, but on occasion, if you want to just save that little bit of that little tenth of a second, you can easily upshift without the clutch. Do not downshift without the clutch though, that is bad. So, we've been on the bike for, what, 20 minutes or so? Very nice so far, absolutely loving it. Plenty of power, plenty of torque, and just deliciously comfortable. I'm not feeling any sort of fatigue on any part of my body, just absolutely lovely. The suspension's nice and soft, it's able to take a few bumps, but it's also rather on the sporty side. Like if you ride it slightly more aggressively, you should be absolutely fine. If you're stepping off of your 125 and you're going for an A2 bike, this is very, very good. I'm not the biggest fan of naked bikes. It's I've only ridden a few really, but none of them have actually tickled my fancy, I guess you could say. But this one, it's just so light. I feel like you could do anything on this. You could go touring on it, you could do track days on it, you could do some twisty road riding on it. It's just so nice. Let's just give the brakes a little test, shall we? Back. Okay, decent bite. Front. And again, very nice. And if we do both, we'll get, oh yes, would I buy one of these with my own money? If I was in the market for an A2 bike, if I had to choose it all over again, I would consider this one. I'm pretty sure my 650 would still win, but this would definitely be one of the options. The closest thing I can compare this to is the Ninja 650 I rode once, and this one just feels so much lighter, so much more flickable. Okay, granted, it's not quite as punchy, but you don't really need that much power. I'm not sure what the top speed is on this bike, but not that we're going to test that because, you know, public roads and all that. But if I were to find a private road and were to absolutely pin it, this would be its top speed, I would imagine, hypothetically, because I would never do that. I feel so much more comfortable on this than I did on the CRF 250. It's so much better. So I'm not sure if you've noticed or not, but I'm missing a few shifts. And that is because when I say I don't like this shifter, I mean it really feels weird to me. Oh, that was a big hole. Wait for it. And go! I love this bike! It's so much fun! So here we are at motorway-like speeds, and I've got to be honest, that wind is fairly strong. I'm missing my fairings now. But you know, it's not something absolutely horrible. It's manageable, my helmet's not getting pushed around or anything. I'm getting pushed back, but it's nothing out of this world. Completely manageable. Overtakes, no problem. Didn't even have to downshift. It's just, this motor is absolutely lovely, and it fits this bike perfectly. See, at 60 miles per hour, completely tame, the wind isn't bad at all. Above 60 miles an hour, however, that's when it starts to get a bit tricky. Alright then, let's just pull in here, and I'll give you a bit of a walk around. The side stand, it's one of those where you have to get your foot underneath the peg and pull it up, which I really don't like. Full LED lighting all around, nice looks. I really like the tail design, it's a very nice design. The exhaust, I'll give you a sound clip of it in a minute. Overall, not a bad looking bike. And being a naked bike, of course, it's very easy to work on. You see the oil filters right there. Absolutely amazing little bike. Well, I say little, it's still 500 cc's, but yeah. Alright, so let's get a sound clip then. Starts right up. You know, your standard parallel twin, nothing special there. Not exactly an MT-07, but you know, sounds decent. Plenty of aftermarket options if you want to stick a can on the end, or a full system. On the subject of the seat, I've been on the bike for about 1 hour now, and it's causing me no issues whatsoever. I'm just thinking that after, if you decide to go touring on this or something, and you ride it for 2 hours or so, you might start feeling it, but it's nowhere near as bad as the CRF was. So, it's time to take it back to the dealership. Thank you very much, Branson's Motorcycles, for lending me this bike for a few hours. It's been a little bit longer than usual. And I've loved it. I don't know how many times I've said that this video, but it's probably been quite a few. Oh, one last thing I forgot to talk about. Can you see that? That's how much that is a lot of travel. yeah, there's way too much slack on that throttle, and but that could easily be adjusted. So it's nothing too horrible. Other than that, and that horrible shifter and that kickstand, it's an absolutely amazing bike. What are you doing? Oh wow. So, this has been the 2020 Honda CB500F. Amazing bike. Definitely recommend it. And yeah, it's time to collect the beast once more. Goodbye CB500. Oh, you forget how nice quick shifters are. Oh, and the throttle's nice and tight. Ah. She doesn't turn as easily though. Gotta keep that in mind. So yeah, that has been the Honda CB500F. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks very much for watching, guys. See you next time.